Hey, I hope your day's going great. All right, guys, we are up very early in the morning. I got up at about 5:15 this morning. One of the main things I have to do today is harvest. And as the summer gets hotter and hotter, one of the most important things you can do for your greens or for most vegetables is to harvest very early in the morning. Your greens tend to be less bitter, they're crispier, they last longer. This is along with other vegetables too, tomatoes, cucumbers, anything that you want to harvest, try to harvest early in the morning. This is just something that I've noticed over the years. So I'm up early this morning, also have some deliveries to make. Along with this video, we're going to do a little bit of a farm tour today, so come along, guys. All right. All right, guys, today I'm gonna give you a little bit of a tour of our small suburban farm. For those of you that don't know us, I'm Woody, my wife is Janine. We have a 3-year-old son named Arlo. We live in La Plata in a development in a community called Clark's Run. We live on about 3/4 of an acre. What you're looking at right here behind me is about the 4,500 square feet that we farm on. So what we're going to do today is we'll start off real quick with the area to the one side of our backyard that is kind of like our hoop house, greenhouse. I grow items in here that need heat, and also I can control the water. I can control the irrigation in here by using drip irrigation, and you know, the amount of rain that we get does not affect it as much because it is covered by greenhouse plastic. Okay, so here is where we're growing 4 varieties of tomatoes. I will bring it by so you can see. We have a lot of the larger heirloom style tomatoes. You can see that's nice and funky. Okay, and I use the method of, it's called drop and lean, and I prune what's called hard pruning. I prune to one stem. You can already see this tomato plant right here has reached the top multiple times, and I'm dropping it down, and you can see the bottom is already coiled around. I'm going to come around here so you can see all the cherry tomatoes that we have growing. In amongst all of our tomatoes, we're also growing ginger. First time I've ever grown ginger. You can see this whole bed is ginger coming up. We had some last night for the first time. It was absolutely amazing. These cherry tomatoes are coming in quite nice. They're ripening, starting to blush, and some of them are ripening. So coming around. So I have also interplanted ginger within our tomatoes. Ginger does not need a lot of sun, it just needs a lot of heat and humidity, so you can interplant ginger. I have Cherokee purple tomatoes, Amana orange, cherries, and we have what is called Brandywine, another big heirloom. Over here is my hot peppers. We have our jalapenos coming on strong. These are the only hot peppers we have in a controlled environment. We have, we'll get to it later, we'll get to our other hot peppers in a little bit. Okay, coming out here outside our hoop house is where I'm growing 3 varieties of cucumber. We have lemon OG, okay? We have regular marketer cucumbers. That's just the regular smaller type version of cucumbers that you would see in the grocery store. Let me see if I can find one. I've kind of already done our harvest today, but here's a good example of what a marketer cucumber will look like. Okay, that will probably be ready tomorrow. They go really quick once this hot weather seeps in. See, once this hot weather starts, cucumbers grow really quick. What's really cool about this area is you're looking up. In about 2 weeks, this is going to be completely covered and it's going to be like a cave in here. Kind of already is. You can see we got shade. It's a whole trellis system that makes it like a tunnel. This is our tunnel of cucumbers. This cucumber right here is an striped Armenian. That thing's already about 18 to 20 inches long. That's crazy. These cucumbers are huge. All right, coming on over here. We have a little area I'm getting ready to transform. This is spearmint, and if anyone knows anything about mint, it just takes over. But this is a little side area right here. I'm getting ready to completely get rid of all this poison ivy and all this crazy stuff over here. This is where I grew broccoli. I'm going to wood chip this out, and we're going to put trellises up because I just started seeds, and the seeds I started are Korean melons. Korean melons are amazing if you've ever had them. So I'm going to be planting some of these Korean melons out here. I forgot to talk about this area right here. This is our compost area. We have 2 compost bins that we rotate, and you can see that's lovely stuff right there. I have to turn this. So what these compost bins, I've had videos about this before. I basically take the bin, I take the metal around it off, move it over, and then I just turn it back onto itself to try to turn the compost. This bed, I mean, this compost bin right here is mostly compost. It's absolutely amazing. Black, awesome dirt. All right, over here is our wash station. This is where we wash. You can see I've harvested today all the greens. I have to empty this out and wash it out for our next harvest. All right, coming along right here is trellis cucumbers. So I've used these raised beds alongside the house to my advantage. Okay. I've already planted potatoes here, harvested the potatoes, I amended the bed, and now I have replanted something else. So now we have cucumbers growing. So we usually get 3 different crops out of every growing space on our suburban farm. Over here are 5 of the Korean melons that I planted, that I started from seeds like 3 weeks ago, already planted. And I put a trellis coming up. We're going to trellis those coming up because these Korean melons, they vine. So they'll vine up and just like cucumbers. All right, out to our earth garden. This place is amazing. We have already planted, we've already harvested so many things out of this bed. I'm sorry, out of this garden. Up here we've already harvested potatoes, and I need to get in there and weed. There's a lot of stuff in there. We're on our 2nd planting of lettuce right here that I need to weed. That's bed number 2. Bed number 3 is still our kale. We planted this kale in February and it's still rocking and rolling. Bed number 4, Bed number 4 is Swiss chard, rainbow Swiss chard. We're rocking and rolling with that. We're getting rid of 1-pound bags of the rainbow Swiss chard for $6 this week because we have a lot of it, and it is amazing when you cook with it. So this bed of green oak leaf lettuce is getting ready to get turned over. It is very stalky and very bitter, so we are getting ready to turn that over, which we don't have any more of that available. And right here I just planted more lettuce. So over here, something new to the farm this year. I've trellised up my trellis system. Once again, we're using these from Johnny's Select Seeds. We're using these spools that you can actually let out, and as the tomato plant grows up, we can drop it down. Okay, so it's good to go. Just like we have, you can see the difference between what happens in the greenhouse and what happens outside. These tomato plants were planted at the exact same time. These plants are about 2.5–3 feet tall. Some of those plants in there are 8 to 9 feet tall already. So that's what a greenhouse can do. Season extension is the key. Season extension. So with these tomato plants, I've also interplanted sweet Thai basil in between each of them. So we got them coming on, and we also have tomatoes coming on outside. Another new part of our earth garden is over here. We've planted cucumbers and we have trellised them up. Just a small mini, it's like a mini version of what we have over by the greenhouse. So they're all trellising up over here. Hopefully they'll start popping cucumbers out. These were planted a little bit later than the cucumbers in the greenhouse. Over here is the brand new part. This used to be woods last year. So this is all brand new. Some things that we've decided to do differently this year. I made some raised beds out of things that we already had. And we planted things we've never planted before. So let's go. German chamomile. We have a lot planned for this. We want to dry the chamomile. We're going to add some to our soaps, and look at all those honeybees. Those are all honeybees. That's amazing. German chamomile we're going to dry, put in our soaps, also dry and make some tea out of it. Now these are a lot of our hot peppers that Janine planted. These are all habaneros and ghost peppers. All right, our corn is rocking and rolling. Silver Queen sweet corn. Some of it got damaged in a major storm we had the other day, but as you can see, some of this corn is like 10 feet tall. It's crazy. Broccoli. We planted broccoli this year for the first time. This broccoli is rocking and rolling. We have only 3 left. By the way, if you have chickens, chickens love the broccoli plants. Over here, our cilantro is done. As you can see, it's pretty cool. I don't know how many of you know, but the seeds from cilantro, it's coriander. So you can literally have your own coriander when it goes to seed. And then we have lemongrass planted with the cilantro. We have some onions that I planted here with some purple opal basil with some sweet Thai basil. Hey Arlo, do you want to tell us about your garden? Why don't you come over here and tell us what you planted? Come on, buddy. All right, so I want you to tell us what are some of the things that you planted that you really wanted to plant this year in your garden, buddy. So what's that right there? Strawberries? Okay. And what else did you plant? What's this big plant here?
Watermelon.
Watermelon? Are you excited about that? Don't step on it.
Yeah.
You excited about the watermelon? What else did you plant in your garden? What are those?
Berries.
What kind of berries?
Don't.
Do you remember what they are? It starts with a G. G. They grow on a vine. It starts with a G. Grapes. Grapes. Remember you planted 2 grapevines, right? What else did we plant? What's the big tall stuff over there?
Corn.
Corn? Are you excited about that corn?
Yeah.
And what does that say up there, buddy, on that sign?
Arlo's garden.
It says Arlo's Garden. Get out of here, fly. Hey, did you want to say anything about the rock you painted? Okay. It's real hot out here. He's going in the shade, so. Oh, and this is another Janine planted section right here. We have a whole bunch of different hot peppers. I think we have ghost peppers and habaneros. So I can't wait for these. They're already starting to pop out, if you see. Got one right there. All right, guys, it's real hot out here. I think that's about it. Oh, forgot the main part I just did yesterday. This is the shade cloth that I just put up. This is going to help our greens continue to grow and not die in the heat of the summer. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, please comment, and please like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. All right, bye.